So, welcome back. We skipped motivational last week because of the holiday. But it's Monday. We're back. Robyn's here. Let's get rocking. I'll get you guys set up a little better too while Robyn joins us. I'm ready. It's Monday. How's your day, doll? I'm so ready. We missed last week for the holiday, and I've missed you terribly, darling.
Well, it was funny because I said, "Oh, Dori, I'm going to be late tonight." You're like, "No,
it's a holiday." It's a holiday, darling. Yeah, so I had figured, you know what, I will say in this whole last year, I have never skipped a single holiday. So last Monday, I was like, you know what, I'm doing it. Ain't nobody pays me to work on the weekends. Nobody pays me to work any day.
Well, I get you that. Well, I get us shared.
Yes. You get us shared, and I will chit chat with everybody and let them know what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to tell you guys a secret, and we're going to giggle a little bit together while Robyn's sharing. I never tell Robyn in advance what we're going to talk about. We rarely even discuss it. This is how I pick the topic. I decide what I'm in the mood for when I'm making the event, and I just make it. And I'm like, oh, Robyn, this is what we're going to talk about today. So I decided, because
she said, so what are you guys going to talk about tonight?
I don't know.
When I get there.
I'll find out when I get there. So this week I was kind of in the mood to talk about what is this keto thing? What's this keto word I keep hearing, Robyn? And you know, I hear it's a really wicked diet, but it's not sustainable long term. Wow, do I hear you can drop you a lot of weight on that keto diet, but it's not for you if you like food for the long term. So that's what I decided we would talk about today, because I literally saw a live video where someone was explaining that keto was not sustainable because, you know what, he likes carbs, and you could cut carbs for a little while, but eventually you're going to go back, so it's not sustainable long term. And I shook my head and I thought, you know what, there was a day, it was not that long ago, maybe about a year ago, when I would have bought that. Like, I honestly, there was a time when I would have bought that, and I thought, you know what, that's true. Maybe it's not sustainable. So that's what we're going to talk about today, because your group is literally keto for life. So there is no way that you would go out there loud and proud and say, hey, I am keto for life. Hello, I'm Robyn. Keto for life, if you didn't feel like it was sustainable. So when I thought, you know, who's the best person I could think to talk to about this with, you came right to my mind, because literally, girl, everything about you is keto for life. And you didn't start because you wanted to lose 100 pounds like lots of other people. You know, your motivations, my motivations are a little bit different. So I kind of want to talk about that today. So first I want to start with just the basic of what's this keto thing I keep hearing about. I hear it's an awesome fad diet. It works really cool, right, Robyn?
Yeah, it's this brand new thing.
It's brand new.
Like some celebrities are doing.
Right? Halle Berry, just saying.
Yeah, and you can lose like 1,000 pounds in 3 days. But then you're going to, you know, it's not sustainable. That's what not 1,000. But, you know, that magazine cover, you know,
17
pounds a week. Not in the first week. Lose 17 pounds a week.
Well, and here's the best part. It said every week. It didn't even say a week. It said lose 17 pounds every week with shortcut keto. Now, just the other day, I saw a lady post in another group, because not in my group, but she posted this, and love her, and I'm not judging her. Please know I'm not judging her. But the post said this: so I've been keto for 14 days, and I've only lost 5 pounds. I'm getting pretty frustrated. And I was like, oh, I love you, girl. When was the last time you only lost 5 pounds in 2 weeks? Like, when was the only time you only gained 5 pounds? in
But
2
here's
weeks.
And this is always my response to I only lost. First of all, 5 pounds in 2 weeks, awesome.
That's
Because
huge.
that 5 pounds that you lost, it ain't ever coming back. That's the key. But my response to people who say I only lost, if that woman had gained 5 pounds in 2 weeks, would she have said I only gained 5 pounds in 2 weeks? No. She'd be
losing her mind.
5 pounds is so huge. If it's so huge to gain, y'all, then it's so huge to lose. You can't have it one way and not the other.
Well, and when was the last time that I actually lost 5 pounds before keto? Now, I want you to imagine back, because Robyn, if people don't know you, you are like the expert dieter. You have literally tried every diet under the moon, under the sun. If there's a diet and I'm curious about, I go to you, Robyn, because I'm like, oh, the cabbage diet, Robyn did that. Oh, the pill diet, Robyn did that one. So when I think about that, that's why I come to you for that, and I totally lost my train of thought. So I'm going to give you a minimal lead to take a moment to get me my thought back.
Okay, yeah, it's not sustainable. I'm going to go with this. In case you guys missed it, Dori never tells me what we're talking about till the end. Okay, there's plenty to talk about. It's funny because when I read, and there's a lot of stuff coming out saying keto's bad because it's for people's wallets. Okay, we get that.
Okay, let's just say that. Keto is bad for the big boy wallets.
Oh, absolutely, it's bad for their wallets. But the number one reason they give in almost every article and almost every study, it doesn't say keto's bad because of some scientific reason or keto's. The number one reason is because it's not sustainable. Nobody will ever stick to it, and it's too restrictive. Don't know.
What? No.
I eat more now than I ever ate. I eat good food. No, the longer you do it, and this is for all you new people who might be missing, I'm sure you are missing something. And yeah, there's ways to get through it. You can make substitutions. You can this. I never ever, and I'm going on 4 years. I'm not at 4 years yet. I never ever thought ever that you'd be able to put a basket of bread, fresh bread at a restaurant next to me. There was no way.
No.
Sweet spice without, I don't care. The bread, the crackers, oh my Lord.
Oh.
Now I look at it and I actually feel a little sick to my stomach because it's not, your taste buds change, your body changes, and you start to actually, when you're hungry, you want food.
Yes.
Food.
Yes.
It never happened to me before, but it wasn't long into keto where I didn't even want it anymore. And if you think, yeah, well, maybe for you, but not for me, I promise you, you will change. Your body wants healthy stuff. Give it a chance. And then, I don't want to say it's ever easy because somebody's always going to stick a fork in your face and say, just one bite, just one bite.
What do you mean you don't love me? I made that cake special just for you. You know it took me all day long to make that, and I make that for you every year, Robyn. You could just have one bite. Don't be like that, Robyn.
And if it's a 7-year-old telling you that, take a bite of cake. That's my opinion if it's your 7-year-old. But if it's an adult telling you that,
tell him to bite it.
I don't. You will get to the point that you actually want real food. If you give it enough. I can't imagine the people who say it's not sustainable have never done it. That's all I.
Yes.
If I told somebody on the street, look, you're never going to have real pizza again. You're never going to have this. You're never going to have that. Of course, it sounds unsustainable. But what they don't say is what you are getting, which is food. And most of us, before keto, we didn't even know what real food was.
Oh, dear God, I didn't. Everything I ate came out of a box or out of a can. I kid you not. And you know what? Here's the best part. I never even looked at those boxes or cans. I didn't check ingredients. I didn't check labels. You know what? That information is on the other side of the directions. There isn't even anything there I need, Robyn.
No.
I can trust my government and my food producers, and they're thinking best for me, and they know what I should eat, and I spent a lot of years living in I can't afford to eat better. You know, I'm a single mother. I have a small income. You know what? We can afford the big old jumbo bag of macaroni and a big pack of hamburger. And you know what? I could get me a case of Ichiban noodles and, you know, 3 or 4 bags of chips. And that was, you know, what we could afford for the week. But now what I realize is the money I save from spending on things like potato chips and pop and, you know, everybody needed a chocolate bar and takeout and all of those things. I now invest that money in real food instead, and we eat less food.
We definitely eat less food, not because it's all restricted, we're just not as hungry, but I found that, you know, say for a family of 3 or 4, I would easily spend, before keto, I don't even know what I bought, to be honest with you, just boxes of stuff, $300 a week maybe on groceries. And, you know, when you say you can't afford to eat better, you can, it's very cliche, you can't afford not to eat better.
Right.
You know, I was thinking the other day, back before keto, and I didn't start it for this. I don't know, I started it for weight loss. It was a diet I hadn't tried. But the reason I'm still here is for health. When I was on 24 different prescription medicines every day,
dear God.
some of them a day, for autoimmune stuff. By the way, today I'm on 0 with no flare-ups. But even I've always had great insurance. But let's say my copay was $10 per prescription. Do the math.
That's $240 a month.
Medicine, right? And doctor's visits. I had 9 doctors.
Oh, dear God.
And to manage all this stuff, plus $300 a week on groceries, and I was buying the leanest cuts of meat.
Yes, because they're expensive.
The low fat, the low fat, that stuff is more expensive. So now, at the grocery store, if I spend literally $40 a week, and that includes like toilet paper, paper towels, and Q-tips, you know, that's nothing. I don't buy my meat at the grocery store anymore, but that allows me to buy meat from a local farm.
Yes.
But my grocery bill easily cut in a quarter eating this way.
Well,
and we have at least 3 full-time people living in the house, and usually a lot of visitors. We have 5 people here right now. No, we have 5 people here, yeah. I lose track of who's in my house.
What's in my house? Well, in my house isn't even all keto. I am the only full-on keto eater, cheater, keto eater at my house. My son did do 3 months of keto, but he's now back to if it fits my macros, I'll eat what I feel like, I'll have a bun if I want to. Sidebar, he's already regained 8 pounds, just saying, not rubbing it in. That's what you get, just saying, warned you, not rubbing it in. Love you. But
he lost like, didn't he
60 pounds in 3 months. He lost 60 pounds in 3 months, and he's now been off keto, I think officially 1 month. And in 1 month, even still being active, even still going to the gym, he's regained 8 of those 60 pounds in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks of going off keto, he's regained 8 pounds. So he's like, well, I think I'm going to hit the gym a little harder, Mom.
But another diet, first of all, you probably wouldn't have, and I hate to say diet, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
If you did something else to lose weight.
Yes.
If you lost pounds in 3 months, and then went right back to eating 3 weeks, how much would he gain? I'm going to say probably more than 8 pounds.
Oh, yes.
What people, you know, he wants to, keto for 3 months, that's great, but the longer you're on it, the healthier you are. So if you do decide to have some of this, some of that, and it happens, and you know what, maybe you do it by choice, like, look, I want to do this, you are so much healthier now, and you're able to process that better.
Yes.
So if anybody that I've ever seen or heard from, their stories, look, I felt, and hey, when after our house flooded in 2016, we were living in a camper, we were living with family, we were, we had 6 feet of water in our house, we lost the house. Keto it didn't seem important at the time, and we ate. I know I could have done better. And next time, I hope there's
next time.
I will.
Next time my house floods.
But there was a period of time well over a month where I just didn't care. We ate what the volunteers
Yeah.
Because 90% of the businesses in our city were shut down. There was no food. I couldn't go to the grocery. If I even had a place to cook it, there was no place to buy it. So, and again, did I mention we didn't have a house anymore?
Yeah.
In time, I did gain weight back during those months that I did not eat keto, but I didn't gain back anywhere near what I had lost.
Yes.
Which was a first for me because I was healthier. I'd been keto long enough that I was healthier.
Well, and after 3 months,
get fat adapted and drop the weight like nobody's business.
Well, and he'll never completely go back because once you learn you can't unring that bell, he'll never eat as much junk food as he used to. He'll never eat as much sugar as he used to. And when I said to him, so dude, how are you doing? How are you feeling? He's like, well, you know, I think I've got my fill of the junk food. I think I'm going to back off on the junk food and start, it's funny because he's leaning more towards carnivore. You know, I really kind of dig the carnivore. I might do a little bit more carnivore and just back off on the junk food. So you know what? He'll never go back 100% where he was. So as far as I'm concerned, it's still a win. It's a win because he's never going to go back to where he was. And now he understands enough about food that for him to go back is like this. And he lives at my house, you know, so it's just a matter of skipping the carb side that I make for everybody because I'm going to tell you a secret. I do not make separate meals at my house because that's the number one sustainability complaint. I don't have time to make 2 separate meals. Dude, neither do I. Nobody does. That's craziness. All I do is I used to cook this way. We would have a meat. We would have a carb side, which was either a pasta, a potato, or a rice. And then we would have 1 vegetable. And that's what my dinner looked like every day. It was a meat, it was a carb, it was a vegetable. So when I started eating this way, all I did was add an extra vegetable option for me. So on my table, I still put my meat, my carb, and now I put 2 veggies. So that on my plate, I can have 2 side dishes. They have an extra veggie option, which they choose or they don't choose. Some days they eat the carb side, some days they don't. Some days I don't make the carb side because I don't feel like it. I won't lie, I've pushed my family like as far as a week without potatoes or rice or pasta when everybody's like, okay, dude, can we like have a side dish of some sort? And I'm like, fine then. Are you going to make it? Are you making that? Because I don't feel like making rice. You know what? I don't have time for instant rice, dude.
I have found that, you know, in the beginning, I basically did the same thing you did. I made whatever we were having for dinner, vegetable, and then I would make that side of rice or potatoes, whatever, for everybody else. I'd have rolls out there, and I just didn't eat it. Okay?
Yep.
It didn't take me time that it would have before. And then I gradually, not really thinking about it, I just kind of stopped putting the bread on the table. And then I eventually just kind of stopped putting the other side. Do you know nobody's ever said a word?
Well, they don't complain.
Nobody's ever said, where's my bread?
Yeah.
Where's my whatever? Because what we eat is so filling.
Yes.
That nobody misses it. And I have never made 2 meals. Now, okay, Thanksgiving, I do really mostly keto stuff. The mashed potatoes are there. I'll make some of those things for those people, for everybody else. But, you know, even like, I don't know if I'm talking about Thanksgiving. Last Thanksgiving, I didn't even have pumpkin pie. I made keto pumpkin cheesecake, something or other. I can't remember. Plus raspberry Linzer bars and this and that. People love them. People love cauliflower rice. They don't.
Yes.
You know, we can make gumbo with rice. We're in the South. We do gumbo, jambalaya, that kind of stuff with cauliflower rice. And tonight we had. I did a pot roast.
Ooh.
No, I don't eat vegetables, but in the pot roast, it cooked in the slow cooker all day. And I did radishes. And if you hate radishes, which I do, raw radishes, cooked radishes.
Taste different.
Potatoes.
Yeah. Well, they have no flavor when you cook them. Like, they literally have no flavor. So if you season them and roast them up, they look like a baby red roasted potato. You can slice them really thin and make little chips out of them. Radish is my favorite. You can spiralize them if you like them raw. Steam them if you don't. Radish is literally my favorite food in the world, I think. I think if I could only eat one thing, it would be radish.
I don't like them raw, and I will understand. Again, I don't eat them anymore, but when I did, you eat it. You swear you're eating potato.
Well, Kathy said she asked her husband, would you eat cauli rice as part of dinner? And he said, yeah, if we're out of potatoes.
Well, I think you need to be out of potatoes.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you guys a secret for cauli rice too, only just because I picked this one up off of my girlfriend, because she's like, so my house is keto and they just don't know it. And I'm like, what do you mean they just don't know it? She said, well, I used to make mashed potatoes. And then I started making mashed potatoes that were 3/4 potato, 1/4 cauli rice. And then it was half potato, half cauli rice. Then it was 3/4 cauli rice, 1/4 potato. And now there's no actual potatoes in my mashed potatoes. I just call them mashed potatoes at my house, but there's no tato in them, Dori. And oh my God, I laughed so hard. I was like, you're the smartest human being on the planet. And she's like, I just did it gradually. And they never noticed from time to time. Like, you know, oh, your potatoes taste a little bit different this time. Oh, I like it, honey. What did you do? Oh, nothing major. You know, I put a little dollop of sour cream this time. I didn't last time. Do you like it? Do you like that, honey? Should I make it like that again? Oh, you do?
My non-keto people request loaded cauliflower casserole.
Yes.
So, you know, keto being unsustainable, and I think what a lot of people do is they think, okay, I can't eat. They look at what they can eat. I can't eat all these things. And then you see all these keto recipes where you need like weird stuff, you know, and you need to buy those weird stuff and stuff that you can't pronounce, you never heard of, and there's no way I'm going to do. Well, I'll tell you, I did go through that stage. And
yes.
Our got a recipe file with
yes.
3,000 recipes in it, which are great, by the way. But I went through that stage, and now what do we eat? We eat meat.
Oh,
and
so
meat,
basic, so easy.
Else. And it's so simple and so satisfying. And now I tell you, so if you think you're going to be missing something, last night I wasn't even hungry. It was just one of those things. I'm like, you know what? I want something. I had cookie dough ice cream.
Oh, girl.
With caramel sauce. And it was all keto. It was all good. There's nothing you can't have. It just might need to be made a little bit differently. Or I actually bought both of these. I didn't even make it. So keto ice cream, keto caramel, it was a really good treat last night.
Well, and sometimes it's a little more complicated, and sometimes it's super easy. So on the weekend at my house, I have sometimes lazy days on the weekend where I'm like, you know what, I don't really want to cook for nobody. We sometimes call them fend for yourself day or minimal effort meal day. So everybody at my house got pizza pops in the microwave. Don't judge me. Whatever. They ate them. They were edible. But everybody else was getting microwave pizza pops. And I was like, oh, dude, those smell so good. Like, I miss me a pizza pop. I miss the smell of it. I know it won't taste good like it used to, but I want me a pizza pop. So this is what I did. I took a round plate. I sprinkled it with grated cheese. I took about a tablespoon of walnut flour and I sprinkled that on top of that. I put it in the microwave for 60 seconds to melt the cheese. I took some salami, some bacon, and some no sugar added spicy ketchup, my Alterna Sweets ketchup, and I folded it over and I had a pizza pop in a minute. So I had pizza pops, they had pizza pops, and my pizza pop was hella better, just saying, like, not to brag, but dude, mine was way better.
It was made with real food. So there you go. No, it's totally what's not sustainable, and it's funny because the people, you know, people maybe even in the groups or some watching this might be going, oh, this doesn't sound sustainable. I don't know how to put this, but if everything else that you did was sustainable, then you wouldn't be here right now. What's not sustainable is cutting calories down to like nothing, or eating no-fat cardboard. I mean, I managed to sustain that off and on for a long time, but boy, was I miserable. And I tell you what, you go feel so good when you eat this way that the only reason they're telling you that, and they're going to keep telling you it's not sustainable, because it's not sustaining their wallets. Because,
well, that's it.
Cheap.
Well, and at the end of the day, Wendy and I were talking about that today when I was driving, and I was like, it doesn't shock me that we're being overwhelmed with articles that say ketogenic diet is bad, because guess what it's bad for? It's bad for the pocketbook. It's bad for their almighty dollar, because guess what? There is no money in happy, healthy, well-adjusted human beings. We don't overshop. We don't overeat. We don't overindulge. We don't do all of the behavioral things that make money. We drink less, we eat less, we consume less. So guess what? We're scaring people, girl.
It's because our life no longer revolves around food that they make.
Yes.
And we don't take as many medications, or any, in my case, in a lot of people's cases, but we don't take as many medications as we used to. But I actually, in a way, I kind of like the fact that people are our companies are coming out against keto, because they wouldn't be doing it if they didn't feel threatened.
Yes.
So that feeling threatened means that we're making an impact. And when I say we, I don't mean
all of us.
Us. Like people who, Dori, who are we? We're people who do keto, who believe in keto, who want to help other people.
That's it.
That's it, really. And then, the people in our groups, the people that follow us, the same thing. And that's what we need you to do, because no big company is going to come out and support this. And, you're going to hear, well, there's been no studies. And you know what? There's probably never going to be a study.
No.
Who's going to fund the study?
Well, because nobody's going to make money off of it. So who would pay for the study that says we don't need medications, we don't need garbage, we just need good food? You please tell me who is going to fit the bill for a study that says all we need is good food. Bloody nobody is paying for that study, because ain't nobody making money off of that.
And if you think about what you just said and the way you said it, do we really need a study?
Right?
To say we should eat real food?
No. Yes, Robyn. Yes, I require quantifiable scientific proof that I should not eat candy, junk, and garbage. If you can get me the paperwork that proves to me that I should not eat a Snickers bar, then I'll think about maybe not eating a Snickers bar, Robyn. But it's your job to prove to me that I shouldn't eat a Snickers bar first, please.
And you know what? I've got a living example. There's 2 living examples right here. And interesting. You probably knew this. Some people may not. And I just find it nasty. But way back in the early 1900s, you know me with my random facts here, but this is really nasty. Way back, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 1908.
Okay.
Procter and Gamble discovered, perfected, whatever, the hydrogenation process. And they were taking oil, which hydrogenation is turning oil liquid into a solid. And the reason that they were doing that was to make soap. Okay?
Yes.
So anyway, they perfected it. They got their oil, they made soap. Then they looked at the soap and went, that kind of looks like lard. We should probably sell that to eat. So they took it to, early in the 40s, I think, late 30s maybe, took it to the American Heart Association and said, who was barely even starting. And the American Heart Association went, ew, are you kidding me? You want to sell soap as food, or what was supposed to be soap as food? No. And so in 1948, Procter & Gamble came back to the American Heart Association and said, oh, here's some startup money, and that would be $17 million in today's. Here's some startup money. Guess who has recommended?
We'd love to help you out.
Since that time, and they've never stopped. If you don't see a conflict there, I can't help you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, go watch JP Sears' video, Coconut Oil is Trying to Kill You. If you need the definitive science on that, he breaks it right down. He makes a chart and everything and explains why coconut oil is trying to kill you. And I say give it a watch. I probably watch it too many times and I laugh every time I do. I love that man.
People have been posting that in the group, and I've seen it here, seen it there, and so many. I tend to just roll my eyes and go, I don't even want to. if someone has a question specifically, I'll read it. But there's so many. It's like some of them are just ridiculous.
Yes.
Like I honestly don't think your coconut oil is trying to kill you. I mean, lock it up if it is, but
Right.
I don't think it is.
So we're coming close to the end, and I kind of, for my closing thought, I'm looking to see if we had any questions on Facebook, and Nanette would like me to talk a little bit about my whole weight loss. And my entire weight loss is 145 pounds. So literally, I'm exactly half the woman I was. At my biggest, I was 290 pounds, and I'm now 145. And for me, even after I had weight loss surgery, it limited the amount of food I could eat, but it did not teach me about food. It did not teach me to eat healthy. Now, my surgery worked incredibly well. I lost weight. I did lose weight just based on the fact that I was consuming less. But guess what I was doing? I was still consuming the same things, and maybe even worse, because the amount gave me license to be like, oh dude, I'm eating one bite. It's one bite. You shut up. You shut up. It's one bite. I can eat one bite of whatever I want 10 times a day. All I get is one bite. So if you think you're going to get up on my face and tell me what that one bite is going to be, you better walk away from me right now. I used to be not as pleasant.
I can't even imagine that. And no, you could maybe only have one bite now, but could you have one bite 10 times a day?
Well, and that's the thing. And I got to the point where I was now eating a whole chocolate bar a day again. Because I could eat a bite of it now, and a bite of it later, and a bite of it later, and a bite of it later. And guess what happened? I eventually started to regain some of the weight because, I wasn't eating good. So until I found keto, which because I regained weight, I stumbled upon it. Until then, I've never had control over food. Food controlled me in an ugly way my whole life. I am a food obsessive, and one day we'll talk about the shameful food things that we did, maybe next week, because, girl, it makes me feel hideous to say it out loud. And if I can't say it out loud, then I know it's not just me, and other people need to hear that, because I'm shamed. Like, I am so ashamed of what food did to me and how it controlled my life. And until I found ketogenic diet, that didn't change. All the weight loss surgery in the world never would have brought me to where I am today. So granted, my loss from keto was only 35 pounds. Again, we're going to do the only, right? Only 35 pounds, which Robyn was only 7 clothing sizes, just saying. You know, it was only a size 14 to a 7, and I'm only the healthiest I've ever been. I only don't have migraines. I only don't suffer from depression. I only don't have PCOS anymore. I only don't have restless sleep. I only don't have sleep apnea. I only don't have irritable bowel syndrome. You see where I'm going here?
I think so.
Only is huge.
I wish I could sit here and say to you, all of you, that keto is not a weight loss diet. I didn't start it for that reason because I am so darn smart. I did it for the right reasons, but you know what? I'd be lying to you all. I wanted, it was a diet I hadn't tried, and I wanted to lose weight. That's why I started it.
Yep.
But the reason I stay is because if I wanted to go back, honestly, I could. I've stayed this same weight basically for the last couple of years. If I wanted to go back to eating crappy, I'm pretty confident that once I gain the weight, I can go back to keto and take it back off.
Yeah.
But I don't, because I don't want to take any more medicine. No. I don't want any more migraines. I don't want any more arthritis pains. I don't want any more autoimmune flare-ups. I don't want to feel like garbage. I don't want to poison myself anymore.
Yes.
That is something. I'm 44 years old and starting keto, I guess I was 41 or close to it. For the better part of that, I mean, well over 30 years, 35 years, whatever. I mean, yes, I started young. Food controlled me, and that is the biggest thing.
Yes.
Food doesn't control me anymore. I control what I eat. And quite frankly, I eat what I want. But what I want
is healthy now.
Different than it used to be, and y'all, it will happen for you.
And
give it a chance.
I want you guys to know, if you think that we don't have temptations in our life or that it's really easy peasy for us, I want you guys to see how absolutely easy it would be for me at any given day of my life in my house, because I have this kind of stuff in my house all of the time. So when people, message on the group and say, oh my God, I'm missing bread, guess what? It's in my house every single day. But the choice not to eat it is my choice every single day. I can make myself a 90-second bread, toast that up, and put coconut manna or, my bacon maple walnut butter on it, and I'm laughing. The bread is in my house every day. If it was not sustainable, if this was not something maintainable, a year and a half later, would I literally be able to look at a loaf of bread on my counter all day, every day, and never be tempted to eat it? Because I seriously don't even want it. I don't want it.
I never, ever thought I would be able to do that. That wasn't even a thing. I mean, but I don't have a lot in the house, but we always, kids come home, when the kids come home, or Taylor comes home from college, brings a couple friends with her. I'm not going to force her. She's an adult. I'm not going to force her. She doesn't want to, do this right now. I go and she sends me the list, and I tell you, I don't know if you do this. I know we got to go, but when I go to the grocery store, I will get it. I will get it for them. They're gonna eat. I mean, they're in college. They're gonna eat it anyway. I want them happy when they're here. I go and I go to the list. But when I go to my local grocery store, which all we have is a Walmart, I actually, as I'm loading the stuff in my cart, I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm going, God, I hope I don't see anybody I know. Like they care. I'm mortified that I have this stuff in my cart. It's so funny how our minds work. But that's the stuff I used to buy all the time. It didn't care. Now I'm like the shopping cart police. Giving people bucks.
Here, your big floppy hat and your sunglasses on. Dear God, I hope no one knows me, sees there's bread in my cart. Bread.
That's that keto girl. What's she doing? Doritos.
That's not keto. That's not keto. Doritos are not keto.
But I do that. So, y'all, stick it out. Reach out for help if you need it. I got people that message me daily. I just need to talk to somebody. I just need to vent. Here's what I did. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I want to do. And sometimes all it takes is just a quick conversation.
Yes.
And we're all good.
Yeah.
So, there's so much help out there.
Yes. So, if you guys are looking for Robyn's group, it's on Facebook, and it's called Keto for Life. She's got a couple awesome subgroups too. One for live content and one for deeper mindset. And if you guys are hunting me down on Facebook, it's Colourful Keto Lifestyle. And I've started the subgrouping too. So we've got a smaller group for recipes, one for mindset, one for bariatrics. So we're here, we're ready to help you guys. And you know what? Not even just you. If you've got friends and family that need a healthy lifestyle, but you don't want to be like the diet Nazi knocking on the door. Have you heard the good keto word? Have you heard the word, Robyn? Just send them our way, send them a video and say, hey, go check out those ladies. And we're on it.
And we do a lot of personal stuff too.
Yes.
Say, hey, can I share your stories? Just to show somebody else. Because a lot of times the closer you are to somebody, the less they're going to listen to you.
Yes.
But if they hear it from somebody else or see, I have a lot of these same problems too, maybe I'll give it a try. But the bottom line is, if they're resistant, don't fight about it. Don't argue.
Dear God,
don't
no.
Force somebody to eat the way you believe is right. It's never going to work. And they ain't going to like you very much either. So,
right? You don't make friends that way, just saying. You don't make friends by being the keto Nazi. Everywhere you go, ain't nobody want to be friends with that girl. So if you're that girl, stop it. Stop it right now.
Just show them in the way you look, in the way you feel. So
yes.
We're over.
We are over.
But
thank you so much for your time, darling, and have a great evening, and I look forward to next week, my love.
We'll be here.
See you later, doll. Bye. Okay. guys, so I'm going to take a quick 17-minute break, and then we are back for our 6 o'clock live, and we are getting together with, I want to make sure I pronounce it right here, so let me look it up, Seditiously Fit. So that's who we're going to hang out with, and we are going to talk about keto, we're going to talk about fitness, and we're just going to hang out and have a blast. And then at 7 o'clock, we're back with Keto Warrior Wendy, and we're going to do our Mondays are mucked. Mermaid, unicorn, keto, what? Yeah. So I'm going to see you guys in about 15 minutes, and I shall be back. Bye, guys.